Stay Reloaded, man. It's your boy 3-Letter Man. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Y'all see where to follow your boy at. Hit the like button also. I appreciate that. Y'all see the title of this one, man. Let's talk, man. So, I'm seeing the conversation on social media about Jay Prince and his sons on Wallo and Gillie's $1 million worth of game episode, right? First off, let me say once again, R.I.P. Rest in peace to Takeoff once again. Let me say that first off rip. Prayers and condolences to that man's family and things of that nature, man. Just listening to this episode, man, is bittersweet for me in a sense because for me, I guess it's just the fact how we lost Takeoff. And I feel that's not being spoken about enough is how we lost Takeoff, the way we lost Takeoff. What really transpired in that bowling alley? I'm not a private investigator. I'm not here to break down clues and everything like that. I'm not trying to say what's true, what's not true. I'm not trying to speak on behalf of anybody. I'm only going off things, the conversations that I've had on social media and what I've watched on $1 million worth of game. Off rip, if you notice, man, Gillie let it be known that they were reluctant to maybe have this sit down with Jay Prince and his boys, because you know how the family feels, how P from QC and all these brothers feel behind the scenes and everything like that. So that's why we noticed Gillie let it be known that, yo, you let us know that you've had Jay Prince I'm speaking about, that I guess Jay Prince and P from QVC and all these other brothers had a conversation first, right? In my opinion, man, this is a very dicey interview for Wallo and Gillie to have. And on the flip side, this is kind of dicey also for Jay Prince and his boys to sit up there and talk about what transpired that night. You know, for you street dudes out there, I don't know how y'all feel about that, like how mob tie dudes are on camera breaking down the nuances of what happened that particular night. That's for y'all to have. Once again, I keep telling y'all, I pay taxes, I work a 9 to 5, and I suck on my girl toes. This is what I do. Shout out to y'all right quick though, man. But like I said, this is a very dicey interview to have. I will say this, man, Wallo was definitely the MVP of this whole conversation. I have one problem, and I'll get to the end of the conversation. One issue that I had with Wallo and Gillie that was towards the end. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but I'm going to stay focused 3. But this, Gillie, I got to be honest, you played your position and everything like that. You know that your cousin had the hot hand right now, feeding the ball. And that's what you got to do that sometimes as a team player. Some nights Gillie might have it, but Wallo really conducted this interview very well, in my opinion. He asked a lot of important questions that I felt, and to be honest, this is y'all best work, in my opinion, right? The Prince boys, Jay Prince and Mike, the brother named Mike Jr., whatever, Mike, the other brother, the brother that was in the middle. Now, some of y'all are saying that he's genuine, and some of y'all saying that's a lot of guilt on that side. Once again, that is for y'all to break that down if y'all want to do that. The brother did look very emotional. I can't get a gauge of that scripted like some of y'all saying. They're there, I guess, to speak their truth. They're there to let it be known what transpired that night, whether y'all believe them or not. How can we gauge that though, y'all? At the end of the day, we just lost Takeoff. That's just how I'm looking at it. We lost Takeoff. You know, an argument about I thought the argument was about it was presented that it was a dice game. Now it wasn't a dice game. Now it was basketball. Bro, that's the part that bothers me the most. Like, how we lost Takeoff again. Was it over a dice game? Was it over basketball conversation? Like, that's how we lost Takeoff? That's why the pistols and straps had to come out? That's how some girl that Jay Prince side him got hit in the head. He said, like, that's, like, black people, man, we gotta do better, yo. We got to do better. I'm sorry, yo. We gotta do better. The way we talk to each other, the way we conduct with each other, the way we hate on each other, the way we just talk bad about each other, bro. Yo, man, we really gotta do the Michael Jackson man in the mirror sometimes, boy. The things that we cherish, the things that we hold high in regard and everything like that. Like, if you, like, I don't know, man. It's, whew. Jay Prince had paperwork next to him. That I guess the brother was on Quavo and them side, he was the one that went to the cooperate with the police, according to Jay Prince. And then Jay Prince Jr., I guess that 3-second clip of him walking by Takeoff when he was on the floor, and people looked at that clip and looked at him funny style, like, bro, that looked real suspicious. Why, like you have no emotion and everything like that. Some people were saying on the internet, he broke down why his brother Mike was consoling Takeoff that how Mike had blood on his hands and had to go to the bathroom, wash it off, and, you know. But I felt like everybody through this was on thin ice. I felt like Wallo was on thin ice with certain questions that he might have to ask, and the Prince family had to make sure that they were not, quote unquote, incriminating themselves, right, on certain things they were saying on their side. And Jay Prince Jr. and Mike said that they were at the hospital with Quavo, and, you know, I guess, listen, we got to hear what Quavo got to say, man. And talking about, what's this I heard about Quavo and Offset fighting at the Grammys, and then come out, and TMZ reported that. Then it comes out that Offset put a tweet out there or something on social media indicating that this is not for real, this is fabrication, this is not the truth. I hope that's not true, bro. That is nasty work. That is nasty work. And I've said this before when Takeoff passed away. I said in my blog that, okay, it doesn't seem like the Migos were on the same page. Obviously, when I saw them on Nori's show, you know, they didn't really sound like they were like them and Offset were gonna make up anytime soon, or we're gonna get some Migos reunion or nothing like to that. So I can understand. I don't want to say the guilt, but you lost your man. Y'all might not have been on good terms, but you still lost somebody that was close to you. I know some of y'all would say, well, Offset was a family member and everything like that. It was always Quavo and Offset, their family. Offset's not blood. That's still his man's though, bro. You don't gotta be blood to be run with somebody, make money with money, and was in a lab making music together. And then the Check-in City conversation. We lost so much people to this Check-in City conversation, man. Isn't that how? I feel that's how we lost PNB Rock, the ways the streets is making it sound. But is anybody Wallo telling Jay Prince, yeah, me and Gil came in, we didn't check in, though? He was flexing a little bit, you know, a little bit on that comment, though. I just think that Check-in City thing is so idiotic to me. Rappers got to check in when they come in the city. God bless y'all rappers, man. Now, was their guilt sitting on their side? I don't know. That's where only the God could judge that and know that. Only them, the Lord, and whoever was in attendance knows the truth on that, right? But it seems like if you're a rapper and you go to Houston, you might not want to be, I don't want to use the word chilling with the mob ties fam, because it seems like their name's always attached to some uckery or some, whether it's true or not. They said it themselves. Their names always, Wallo asked them, how come your name was always attached to violence or, you know, beat downs and stuff like that? Here's another thing that kind of that flabbergasted me and everything like that. Respectfully, Jay Prince Sr., sir, you said that you were not at the event when all this transpired. You were at the crib sleeping. Well, brother, you made sure you control the narrative to your sons who were there. I would have liked to hear them talk a little bit more than you, respectfully, King, because they were there. You at the crib sleeping. So to me, you were controlling the narrative, and also on the flip side, you could say holding down your sons. However you want, you can look at it both ways, right? But then here's the best part of the sit down between these brothers, and this is where I give Wallo his flowers. And I got a question for Wallo also and Gillie, because something that I see people are speaking about on social media, and I understand it too. Wallo got in some real talk when he addressed the hip hop culture and even young black males in general. And he was kind of talking to Jay Prince and them also. Without looking, he was really speaking to them also. When he said, if you ain't a street, don't wait till you get some rap money and get millions of dollars and become one. Let me slow that down in my conceited voice. Put it in subtitles, free Sue Surf right quick. If you ain't a street, don't wait till you get some rap money and get millions of dollars and become one. Those are bars. Those are some bars. And it looked like at this point in the interview, as it's winding down, that Wallo and Gillie wanted to talk to the culture, the black culture, young youths. We're talking about Wallo did 20 years. Gillie, you was kind of off your game a little bit, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. Off your game a little bit. I know that. Pass the ball to Wallo. Appreciate you, King. He did carry this one. But it felt like when Wallo was giving his sermon and speaking about, how we speak to each other, and I agree with everything he said. As a 40-year-old man, I agree everything Wallo said. And let me say, this is one of my dreams. Wallo has made Three Letter Man's dream interview list with Method Man and a couple other people in there. But Wallo has made my list. But I felt like Jay Prince was sitting there, and he just wanted to get some bars off. He wanted to get some bars off. And I feel Wallo wasn't really feeling some of the stuff Jay Prince and them. He kind of had to tread light. He's talking about you're in Houston around Jay Prince and the Mob Top family. You don't even know who's behind them cameras. Now, here's where people are taking criticism for Wallo and Gillie. I'm noticing that. The offset part. If you're trying to preach, as the interview's winding down, you're trying to preach togetherness, black unity, how we speak to each other, how we conduct business, or how we should conduct business, how rappers should be brands and LLCs next to their name, and they should respect your freedom kind of conversations, right? When you're preaching that, should they have edited out the part with Offset? That's the question I want to comment, boys. If I gotta do your OG a favor, I really want to get y'all take on that. Should Wallo and Gillie have taken out the part when Jay Prince started addressing Offset? When he said, when Jay Prince said, dudes be out here throwing rocks but hiding their hand. I don't like this kind of individuals. You wasn't there with Takeoff, when he was alive. Don't ever put me in a position where I have to defend myself. And that's coming from Jay Prince Sr. All that, what I just said, should Wallo and Gillie have edited out? Here's my take on that. It's so many ways you can look at that. No, they shouldn't have taken it out, because we're preaching togetherness is black unity, and y'all over here on some BS. That's one way you can look at it. Other way you can look at it is this. I think Wallo should have stepped in after they made that comment. Is like, you know what? Like, hey Prince, like, why do you feel that way? Can we how do we get there? How can we get past that? Because I think that would have made it look better just hearing Wallo and Gillie say, okay, how can we get you also on the same page? We don't really want, till we lost Takeoff. End of the day, we lost Takeoff. Takeoff don't want to see nobody on no BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in the heavens right now. Like, why we gotta take it there? Why we gotta go threatening words? Because then you see Offset yesterday. He went on Instagram, he went on social media, made a post on how y'all throwing dirt on my name. Should Wallo and Gillie edit it out then? Should they have made a few comments? Because somebody hit me on social media and was like, 3, I don't think you would have just let that, if you're preaching unity towards the end and somebody throwing remarks. Listen, I've dealt with battle rappers who, prime example, Kid Slade the other day came on the show. He's over here, I'm not promoting brother is on some violent tip. Call me what you want to call me, soft, old head. You just, I know y'all like violence. I don't want to see black people kill each other. I'm sorry. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see brothers hurt each other. Is that bad? Is that bad, black man? That I want to see y'all young brothers live? I want to see y'all prosper, have a good time, enjoy life, go on vacation with your girl, watch your kids grow up, be a grandfather, a great-grandfather. Have people respect you on these streets. You don't gotta look over your shoulder all the time. So, only thing I would say, Wallo and Gillie, where people might have felt y'all dropped the ball, is y'all let Jay Prince get that off, and you didn't have to say anything tough. You could intervene and just say, yo, because I would have said, well, how are we gonna get y'all on the same page? You know, how do we ever rectify that situation, Jay Prince, where you don't gotta feel that way, brother? There's certain words you can say. You don't gotta say threatening words. You can say how you feel, and Jay Prince ain't no, I don't know. Leave comments at the bottom and tell me what y'all think, man. It's your boy 3 Letter Man. Peace and love, black people. I love y'all.